Prediction time. We just talked about Friday. We went deep on Friday, but before the matches actually start, we should probably talk about who's going to win this thing.
I swear to Scotty Scheffler, if you say what you said on Live From, I am going to punch you in the mouth. I swear to Scotty Scheffler, you did the most cowardly.
It's not cowardly.
Sports writer thing I could absolutely. You are an American football fan, and you fell back on it's going to be a tie.
You know what you can do in the NFL?
Not tie.
You can tie.
Oh, you can tie.
You can tie.
No one wants to do that.
You can't do it in the
You know what you
playoffs,
can't
but
do
you
in
can.
college football? Tie. They'll play 13,000 overtimes.
Trust
before
me,
you
in
let it
Georgia,
tie.
Georgia Tech did last year, going to 7 overtimes. I do believe that this is going to end in a 14-14 tie. I think when you look at the European roster construction, this is the best and the deepest they have ever had, from the roster construction to the setup, which I think has neutralized some of the American advances we talked about on the Wednesday preview podcast. When you look about sort of the preparation that Luke Donald has done, overturning every stone possible to make a difference this week, that has been phenomenal. However, you were going up potentially against the most hostile, most raucous, most rowdy American crowd we have ever seen in Ryder Cup history. To me, those two factors completely negate each other. I think this is going to end in a 14-14 tie. We have not seen one of those in the Ryder Cup since 1989. And if you're curious, if it does end in 14-14, Europe does retain the cup.
Again, very cowardly. Very surprising thing for you, of all people, to do. No, I'm not picking it to end in a tie. However, I will waffle a little bit and point out the obvious, that 8 of the last 9 Ryder Cups have gone to the home team, most of those in a very commanding way. There is not a Ryder Cup problem. There's a home team problem if you want to start pointing out and picking apart exactly what's happened. And the one that didn't go the home team's way, we call that a miracle at Medina. So I don't know how you can come up with another scenario. All those things being said, the European team, 11 of those 12 players, we know exactly who they are, we know what they are, and we know how well they can play. They did it in Rome in a very commanding fashion. Luke Donald, we know who he is, we know what he is, and he was a brilliant captain. Might go down as the best European or American captain of all time. I actually have a different scenario. If things play out this week in either your tie or Europe winning, I would make an argument that if somehow Luke Donald were able to do what some people think is the impossible, to become just the 5th European captain to win a Ryder Cup on American soil, that not only would he beat the best captain, period, Europe or USA ever, there would also be the caveat that had it not been for Live Golf, we may never have landed on Luke Donald. Because remember, he wasn't supposed to captain the team in Rome. That probably would have eventually got to him. But no, yes. I have asked a European Tour official about this, and they said, look, he was on the list, but it's a very real possibility they never would have gotten around to him, because I don't want to belabor this. This is going to be a story I'm going to work on next week, depending on how it plays out. Henrik Stenson was the captain in Rome. Luke Donald replaced him. This time, Sergio here. It would have been some combination of Sergio's, yeah, right. Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter, G-Mac. Now you start getting into some others. You start talking about Justin Rose, and then Rory comes into the line. It would have become an issue of just running out of spots before Luke is too old to do it. It would have been 76 years old. It's a fascinating case study. Anyway, I digress. The idea that is such a good team, and it's led so well, and the attention to detail and everything that we know about them, this will be close. I think it's going to be a half point, a point. It will come down to one of the last matches on Sunday, but I do believe the United States team wins. It cannot come down to a half point. It has to be a full point. Full point. 14 and a half. To 13 and a half. Again, the U.S. does need 14 and a half to win the cup outright.